everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey guys, good evening. Happy Sunday. Or not so happy Sunday, because tomorrow is the first like workday back for a lot of people that took extended Christmas breaks. And so I know tonight probably sucks. I know tonight probably sucks for a lot of you. But we only have tomorrow. And then the very next day is freaking New Year's Eve. Because New Year's is on the Thursday. It's already 2026. And tomorrow, the 29th, is our members only live for December 2025. It'll be our last members only live of the year. Yeah. That's cray. Just a few more days and it's going to be a whole new year. Isn't that wild? Absolutely crazy. Hey there, MDP. Go get some sleep. Sleep's always more important. I believe so. I do believe that. Mowery did a lot of things, that's for sure. A lot of nothing. A lot of things that make no sense. A lot of he needs to explain some things for sure. For sure. Yay for coffee. I should have made coffee, but I opened a Celsius instead so I can try to stay awake. I've been tired all week, and I've noticed it's just like a thing. Like everyone on Twitter is just talking about, is everyone tired and sleep doesn't fix anything? There's just something about the end of 2025 that is just making everyone feel out of ordinary. That's for sure. I hope you're doing great too. I hope you had a good holiday week. Yeah, that Gypsy Rose is something else. She is something else. Nasty little girl. I cannot believe she's allowed to just be out here with the normal people. Yeah, he's all about it. It is interesting because it does what it wants to do. The YouTube algorithm does what it wants to do, and every single time there's a change in something, they don't tell you until after the change is already showing to be problematic, and then they want to come out and tell you that there's been algorithm changes, because you can have it down. You can know exactly how to put your words in, exactly when your posting times are. You could have everything nailed down, and then they'll do something crazy, and all of a sudden, back to square one, start over. Girl's nauseous too. She's so nasty. Yeah, Into the Weeds. I don't even know how much money they paid for all these. I know it had to be a pretty freaking penny. Had to be a pretty penny. You too, Nicole. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it had to be a lot. I know that they put something out on their community post about it, but I think it was just for like one section of the files. I know that they spent a lot getting all that. It's video. Look how much we paid for freaking video. And I can't believe, like, we're getting just straight up like regular adults' faces blurred out that aren't even cussing or wearing a bra or being disgusting with the way that they're talking, and everything is blurred into oblivion. Gypsy Rose is up here in her freaking outfits with her boobs out and her freaking wigs talking about how she's going to do or allow the nastiest of nasty things to go on between Nick Godejohn and their daughter that doesn't exist yet. And we could just throw that out of evidence completely. It doesn't matter. I don't understand. It's so gross. It is so nasty. Okay, we're going to say hi for about a minute and a half, and then we're going to get started. Because his testimony is like 45 minutes long. Now, I'm honestly undecided on which way to do this. So I'm going to let you guys choose, but I think I know which way that you guys are going to go. So that it's, to me doing it the way I think you guys are going to do it is going to be easier. But I don't know. So I did like I always do, right? I downloaded it. I tried to get it higher to where we could actually make out the words, because this is back in Latah County with Judge. It is so bad so that no amount of anything is going to fix what we're looking at. Plus, we really don't need to see Mowery's freaking mug. Okay, we can hear his voice. We know that he's on the stand. I was trying to make it easier to understand and easier to hear because the audio is so bad in Latah County. But the video was going to not upload long enough for it to settle on YouTube in order for the heightened volume one that I made to have closed captions. And I can't play them at the same time. So should we go ahead and play the one where I heightened the volume? Or should we go ahead and just play it from, I think it's Law and Crime. Law and Crime, when they live streamed it, because it's not my commentary or my live from us reviewing it. It's just like they streamed it and there's nothing else on it. But it has captions. I know sometimes captions are wrong, but the audio, again, is just so horrible back there. And it wasn't really all that much better when they moved either. But y'all just let me know which one to do, and we'll go with that one. Oh, thank you for the $9.99, Nicole. Oh, yeah? That's cool. Well, that's cool. But look, let me tell you a story about my hair. Because some of you that have been here for a while know, like, my daughter has the same haircut. She's got her side shaved. She's starting to grow them out now, finally. I asked her for like 3 or 4 weeks straight to like coerce her out of doing it. I didn't want her to do it. For me, I do it because my hair is so thick. Like this is with all of my freaking head shaved. Okay. Look at this ponytail. Like that is still a lot of freaking hair. I get migraines and it's so freaking hot in Texas. I don't want to die. Straight up, plain and simple. So I've always had either short spiky hair with like weird bangs, some sort of like punk rock look. And then I started doing this. And then I just started like growing it out longer. Like it'll probably eventually be like past my bra strap and everything, but I'm going to keep my sides shaved. I did not want her to do it. I tried to talk her out of it for weeks. Just like I try to talk her out of her black hair. Like I'll do it all day long, but I'm just like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? It's going to take a lot to grow back out. So it's cool that she likes it, but I really hope someone makes sure that if she wants to cut her hair, someone make sure that that's what she really wants to do. Because I tried to talk Ariel out of it. It doesn't look bad on her, but she's always been the little princess with the blonde hair and the blue eyes. And suddenly she wanted to be the opposite. So I was like, are you positive? Do we want to do this? Because for me, it's who I is. If I don't know if this is who you is. It was the whole thing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. So let me know which one you guys want to work with. I know, it's freaking wild. Because I feel like the closed caption one from Law and Crime is probably going to work better. But I don't know. We'll see. As long as you guys can hear it okay, then I'm okay playing theirs instead of the one that I put. Because again, it just wasn't going to load enough in order for the closed captions to be on the heightened volume one, which sucks. Because I thought it was going to do it in time. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I guess I missed that. Oh, I hope that person that's not feeling good starts to feel better. Oh, thanks. Yeah. There's more than just the one that we've seen, right? Like, just like Steve Goncalves has a kid, Samantha, Rod has more. I think, like, there's a boy and a girl outside of that, too. Yeah, that whole thing's crazy. That whole thing is wild. Yeah, I mean, I'd be worried. And then you see here recently, like I mentioned, if you watched it, there's a guy that's been sending Gypsy stuff and, like, leaving a bunch of comments and, like, sending gifts to Aurora. I don't know any real man that would sit there and be okay with some other man sending my chicken, my child, gifts in the mail. And Ken's just like, yeah, so what? It's not a big deal. Sir, everything about you that we've suspected, you're totally proven. And some. And now there's emails being uncovered that even Ryan, like, cosplayed and furry played with Gypsy. Like, there's stuff coming out that I don't need to know, but I want to know it, because what? That's my trash out stuff. Like, I want there to be more charges that they can put against her for all of the lying and all of the everything that they did not. I just don't know what the exact terms of her freaking plea agreement are. Because with her coming out and like saying certain things on camera, how is it not perjury? Obstruction of justice. Like there's so many things. Yeah, the heightened one. Okay, we can do the heightened one. I know. And that's again, like, look. This goes all the way around my head. This is, what is that? A third of my hair? And look how thick this shit still is. Guys, when I had my spiky haircuts, I had to go in and get my hair cut like literally like every week. I had to go in with some thinning shears because after a week or so, it got so heavy from being so thick, it wouldn't even spike anymore. My hair's thick. Ariel got it too. Ariel's got thick hair, so I guess maybe that contributes to why she wanted to shave it. But damn. Why would your hair hurt? What? What do you mean? Hurting your hair? Your hair is a dead thing that just sits there on your face. What do you mean? Oh, well, you know, y'all can have it. You too, Cricket. I'm surprised it's even shiny because I've done so many things. Okay, we can definitely do the volume one. Okay. And I doubled the volume because my thing only lets me do 30-minute intervals and it's over 30 minutes. So I had to stop and then restart it and then put them back together. So when I first recorded them and downloaded them so that the frames would match up, the way like I edited the frames would match up, they were heightened. And then when I took that one and then edited the size, because that's why I wanted to keep them together so that the screen size would be the same after I put them back together, it was heightened again. So it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. I mean, I know, but see, I grew up a beautician's daughter, so I was a guinea pig. No Princess Blonde, but she looks gorgeous with it. She looks gorgeous with it. I really want her to keep her hair red, you know, as is her name. As is her name. He is a gross woman. Yes, Ken is a gross woman. Let's just put both of these together. I mean, honestly, just go to Into the Weeds and go to their lives and just start on the one that shows like Gypsy's FOIA stuff. There's a few they did with Nick Godejohn's jail calls first, and then it starts with Gypsy's. And if you just want to get straight to the videos, I think that Conspiracy takes them and sort of puts them out there without too much of an opinion, but I'm always a go to the source person regardless. So I would go just like into their videos. And if you don't want to be overwhelmed with like all of the opinions and the talk in between, just use the little bar and just go across until you see just the video, because they do let the full on videos, they let the full on videos play in between their commentary. It's not like here where it's like a instant reaction. Like somebody says something and I have to like stop and be like, hold on a minute. That's crazy. I would love to do that here on this channel. I would love to go in and get the clips of just her little videos and do like a live where we are tearing apart everything that she's saying, because she's admitting to so many disgusting things. And you can tell that she is definitely setting up the situation that she wants to have happen at the end with the way that she's saying certain things about what her personalities can and cannot do. And the story that she tells Nick about how Dee Dee didn't even know she could walk until she ran away with Dan. And now Dee Dee is like in denial for the last 2 years that Gypsy can walk. That kind of tells me there wasn't really a lot of scammy stuff going on. We've got the microdeletion situation. She definitely did not undergo any unnecessary surgeries. She was on Medicaid. Medicaid is not going to do anything that they don't have to freaking do, because you have to jump through hoops just to get approvals anyway. I know there's a lot of fraud in Medicaid, but it didn't go from Louisiana to a whole nother state and like involve all this stuff off one freaking person. Okay. Her chromosomal disorder is the reason why she had so many problems. And after the testing finally proved that, all of the other crazy hospital shit stopped because they finally had their answer. It was the same thing that happened with Ariel. When we finally had an answer, it was, okay, these are the steps we need to take now that we have that answer. And it's nothing compared to the steps to find that answer. So for Gypsy to sit there and be like, I knew I could walk and I never said anything. Oh, she didn't know till I ran away with this man? Some people are born evil, bro. Okay, some people are freaking born evil. Remember we talked about a case here in Texas? And honestly, I need to probably redo this entire thing. But there was a 10-year-old who ended up shooting a man when he was 8. Never met him. Didn't know who he was. He got his grandpa's weapon, walked into this guy's RV in the middle of the night and pew-pewed him twice. Put the gun back and went to bed. 2 years later, he says that he's going to get away with this little girl on the bus because he's already done it once and got away with it. And then now we find out all this other crazy stuff. A 10-year-old. We've got 11-year-olds shooting up banks with weapons. That's a real thing. We have 7 and 6-year-olds or a 7 and a 9-year-old assaulting 5-year-olds. Look, people can be born effed in the head. So Dee Dee doesn't have to be a bad person. That is a story that was orchestrated between Christy and the freaking lawyers. Gypsy only ever used the words overprotective when it came to her mom. Never anything else. So the truth is coming out that Dee Dee was like freaking out because what are you going to do? If you find out this whole time that your kid's been lying to you and suddenly she could walk and all the things that you've been getting are under false pretenses because holy shit, she can actually walk and none of this stuff has been needed. What is it going to look like on me? They're going to think I'm lying. I can see that entire situation. So I think we're going to end up looking at a bunch of the videos and we're going to talk about them live because F Gypsy Rose. F Gypsy Rose, she doesn't need to have a child. That child's life is in danger as far as I'm concerned. The stuff that she said that she would let Nick Godejohn do to their 13-year-old daughter, and Ken can just sit there, not only look at her, not only let her still live in the house, but he can sleep next to her at night knowing that her nasty-ass mind would have been perfectly okay with a child that she carried having that happen to them. How can you look at her? You nasty dude. Like you're straight up nasty. Like I really am like concerned. Like this isn't just like, oh, I don't like Gypsy Rose. No, seriously, bro. Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen here. Like that's disgusting. And it seems to be the like element that she keeps always going back to is like this, and YouTube flags the shit out of this word. They flag the hell out of the F word, the F-E-T-I-S-H word, and then I-N-C-E. I can't really even spell the whole thing because they're going to end up like doing stupid shit. I end up having to put the word like on the screen because they don't like that word. But that seems to be like all this chick talks about is like that kind of nasty thing. And considering the fact that her father has never been in her life, I don't know where it came from unless she's got a sick, twisted fantasy about her own father, which is very possible because he wasn't around. So that's actually not as uncommon as people might want to hope it is. Because again, all he did was up his child support out of obligation for feeling guilty, not because the courts told him to. And he was never around, even when he thought she was gonna die any minute. He just never bothered. Isn't that disgusting? Just didn't even bother. Having all these other kids, not giving a shit about Gypsy. Crazy stuff. Oh no! Well, thank you for the 15, Mama. Kind of sad. I'm gonna be missing the last members live of the year. I'll be having surgery getting my vocal cord stripped due to 3 tumors. I hope that it goes well. Do you have any chance of being able to talk after that? Or is this like you're going to be mute? I don't. Oh, that's scary. Girl, I wish you all the best. Ooh, that's scary. Surgeries are scary. I've only had the C-sections and the wisdom teeth, but any sort of surgeries is just so freaking scary. It really is. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get this to be like any better in size. I think I can this way. But I also didn't want like all the extra screen stuff. It is going to be louder though, because it's like double loud. So it should be okay. Just like I really don't want to care to see Mowery's funky face. Oh, no. Well, fingers crossed and all the positive energies out into the everything, that everything is fine and you're just hoarse for a little while and then your voice comes back. I wish you all of the luck. Oh, that's so scurry. And whoever else was mentioning earlier that somebody was on the mend, I hope that that goes all the way too. There's been so much sad stuff happening. People dying of all kinds of crazy stuff. People getting sick. There's like a New York flu or some crazy stuff. My grandpa, my grandma passed away a few weeks ago. We tried to go see him over the weekend while we had Ariel here. And he and my mom's brother that's staying with him to help him out have this like nasty upper respiratory thing going on. There's some stuff going on. Yeah. I mean, the host is a mess. What you expect, girl? What you expect, girl? Okay. Are you guys ready? This is past him being called up. She's still going to ask him stuff about like his career and stuff like that. So are y'all ready for the boo-boo? Let's hear again. Remember, this is where we heard about how the USBs were just like in a folder. There was no organization. Nothing was labeled. Nothing was double checked. I think this is the one where he's asked if he verified that the USB drives that were in the envelope actually were actual evidence for the case. Like if it was truly footage that was needed for the case. And he's just like, no. The same way that Amber at the FOIA, in the FOIA department, or the one who handles the FOIAs, is so incompetent because she just doesn't care. She's not organized. She doesn't care to even pay attention to what she's doing. She even says, like, y'all heard her confession on the phone saying, yeah, I just didn't double check it. They're not, nobody is on the same page down there. Literally no one. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, cat. I would freak out. Oh my God. Okay, I'm glad it's getting over with. Oh my gosh. No, I would freak out. I've never had a sick animal like that. Knock on everything. Knock on all the things. Ugh. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Let's get started. And it's all the way okay.
It's Mowery, Mowery.
All right. Thank you, sir. Ms. Taylor?
Thank you. Will you tell us how you're employed?
I'm employed with the Moscow Police Department.
What is your role there?
I am
Let me know how it sounds.
How long have you worked for Moscow Police Department?
I've worked in Moscow for over 5 years.
Have you been a detective that entire time?
I
Oh, I know.
And prior to that, did you have law enforcement experience?
do.
How many years total?
Yeah, on board.
Detective Mowery, did you take part in?
I got a story, crazy. And your book's right here, by the way. I promise eventually. We'll finish. It's right here. My dad, oh God, Ariel was like 5, well over a decade ago. My dad was diagnosed with the swine flu and the bird flu at the same time. He also had like measles and like 3 other things when he was like 3 months old and almost died. And then he also ended up with COVID while he was hypothermic in the freeze that happened a few years ago. Yeah, I didn't think you could get doubly diagnosed with crazy shit like that either. I figured one took over and that was just basically it. But I guess because your immune system is already like so jacked, it's more susceptible to being able to grab something else. But it can make whatever gets passed on once your body like gets 2 strains mixed in together, because you know that shit's contagious. Once it gets passed on, that's a whole different variant. That's how the mutations in the variants start. Oh yeah. Crazy stuff. Oh, like I can go on about viruses and sicknesses and stuff like that. It's something that's a hobby of mine on the fly, on the pastime.
In the investigation into the homicides on King Road?
Yes.
And what was your role?
A lot of different things.
Sure.
How to answer that.
Well, I can ask you about a couple of roles, maybe.
Lots of
Sure.
different things.
Do you do any
In the
work
F1.
with cell phones and cell towers?
I have taken training for cell phone analysis.
Was that one of the roles that you played in this investigation? All right. And the other area that I'd like to talk to you about is the collection of videotape evidence or surveillance evidence from around the community.
Now, the day after this, they have Brett Payne's and then Cy Ray's. So since we know that the AT&T information should be unsealing this week. We'll most likely, when we go over the AT&T record thing that Cy-Ray ends up releasing, or they finally released that Cy-Ray put together, we'll most likely go back to the testimony too.
Community. What was your role in that?
So we gathered a lot of data, a lot of USB hard drives that came in. At one point, all of that was given to me so that I could copy it over to a server. So we have it stored and backed up.
Did you inventory it at that time as you got it in, I guess?
Don't have to say inventory. I used the evidence technician to help me book them individually at the time. Right, so the industry had the name of it on it. I would label the folder, what it was, and that came from it.
Did you have?
What did he didn't organize them? Is that what he said? He didn't invoice them?
So we gathered a lot of data, a lot of USB hard drives that came in. At one point, all of that was given to me so that I could copy it over to a server. So we have it stored and backed up.
Did you inventory it at that time as you got it in, I guess?
Inventory it, yeah. No, he didn't.
Don't have to say inventory. I used the evidence technician to help me book them individually at the time. Right, so the industry had the name of it on it. I would label the folder, what it was, and that came from it.
Did you have?
And by the way, there's multiple SD cards. The very first, or at least when it comes to the MPD records, ISP probably has a shit ton of them too. But when I was going back in to see like which evidence number was the SD card from the cameras, there's like 8. And they were all logged on the 17th is what it looks like, if I can remember correctly. So I'm not really quite sure which one is for this one just yet. I have to go back into some more records and look.
Any role in verifying the content of the surveillance?
No.
I'm going to have a few questions about that, but I want to talk a little bit more about your role with cell phones and cell towers. So let's start there, okay? What training do you have for that role?
None.
So some time ago, I went through what they say PATC training, which is cellular analysis, and I've also taken classes for the CASTs.
The cellular analysis, is that particular to the device itself, the cell phone device?
No.
That is particular to towers?
To the towers and the providers themselves.
When did you take that training?
Well, the CAST, I believe it was in 2019, and then I also did it again last year.
And the CAST that you took in 2019, that was the ENDICAC, is that right?
That was phenomenal again. Right?
And the CAST that you took last year was October of 2023, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was the actual
Conveniently.
CAST training.
They were both done by actual CAST members. I'm not sure if one was sponsored by the other, but they were both formed by FBI CAST members.
And Your Honor, if I can approach.
But see, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even think that they used anything that Mowery would have done when it came to cell phone stuff, because literally everything was being handled by Nick Balance when it came to that. It was Nick Balance and another Fed that in the later reports are the ones that Cy-Ray were actually going up against. And I think, didn't he teach Balance? And then that what we hear that he actually taught Balance? Now, I know that they had that Michael Easter ex-FBI guy also come out and say that in January of 2025, the Fed guys that were working on some of the car information contacted him, and he, I guess, like gave them some advice on some stuff, and he made it sound as if it was Nick Balance that was doing that too. But I could have sworn I heard Cy-Ray also taught Balance, which is why I always thought that the argument was wild, because like if you taught him, what is he seeing? And then we found out it was really nothing. Like we went through all of those all of the paperwork, and it said nothing. It said nothing that put him anywhere. That's why Bill Thompson can stand up and say, we don't really know where he was. The towers have such a vast range that they cover, and there's such a vast amount of people in that area. We have no clue where he actually was. And again, he could be sitting in his living room, or he could be driving to like the Walmart in Pullman or somewhere else in town, or he could be driving anywhere. And his cell phone would bounce between towers right there because of the way that they're covering everything right there. He didn't even have to be over the state line to be on the same tower as 1122. They know that. It's just so insane to me that after all this time, they have nothing else and we're still where we are. I really don't get it.
Yes, thank you.
Detective Mowery, I'm putting in front of you what's labeled as Defendant's Exhibit O, and those are 2 certificates for training. Is that correct?
Yes,
All right. The one that's from 2019, what did that cover?
That's what I thought.
that covered the use of the Castro's software.
And what did the one in 2023 cover?
The second.
You are going to move for admission of Defendant's O.
The objection?
No objection.
Okay, those are exhibit, oh, no objection. Thank you.
Yeah, it was Lakeland. They got it right. It was Lakeland. Because they hid that from us the whole time. She left, see, and that's what's crazy. She left the house with Kaylee and Maddie to go to the corner club with Eric Gower. I think it's her report about Gower and him making a comment about his wife and kid being out of town, that where we found out about the airplane bottle liquor he keeps in his dash or his glove compartment. I think it was Lakeland's report. But she left the house with them. Her boyfriend went with her over there. He ended up leaving the King Roadhouse to go somewhere else. She leaves with them, separates from them throughout the night, but then ends up with Dylan somehow, and then goes back to the house with Dylan. Is there with Bethany when Bethany shows back up, but then leaves before Kaylee and Maddie, the 2 girls that she started the night with, before they even get back. I find it really hard to believe there's no freaking cameras that point at that damn staircase. Because it's more than obvious that the majority of people walk around to get places. Like, I'm about to just go to Google Maps and grab like every address in that entire area on Walenta, all inside of that spot, all right there on Taylor, and all right there on like that Linda Lane upway, and just like FOIA for every address camera footage and just see what I happen to get. Like, how did nobody have a Ring doorbell on their freaking apartment? How did nobody have any cameras out there but that one? I just don't find it. It doesn't seem logical. Even with the whole, oh my God, nothing happens in Moscow mindset. Like, come on. I just don't believe them. I've got to do more to try to find more camera footage, because there's just no freaking way.
Detective Mowery, how many total hours do those certificates represent of cast training?
I apologize, I didn't look, it was a week long. It was actually a couple of days each time. 2 days apiece. Did you need this?
I know. Ugh. Thank you. Okay, so I was looking at some of the earlier stuff, and I swear, now some people say that they're just lights. They don't look like lights to me. They don't. And granted, I haven't been out there, so I don't know. I know some people have. I don't know. The tops of the apartment buildings that are right there next to the house look like they have cameras that point in like certain directions. They really freaking do. And I don't know any apartment complexes who don't at least have some sort of like entrance camera thing. Even the fact that it's like a road that ends up turning into like the apartments. I've never, even like in the ghetto, bro, there's at least a camera on the freaking fence on the gate at the home offices. It's going to be hell, but I'm going to go through all of the MPD reports and all of the ISP reports and get all of the addresses that they've mentioned before I do the other thing I said. Because it would really just be like the empty addresses in between, just to see if there's anything that they just conveniently didn't write a report about. Because it seems like missing reports are common. Things that we know happen don't have a correlating report.
So 2019 shows 24 hours.
That's true too.
So 16 hours.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
Detective, you've written some reports in this case. Is that correct?
Yes.
I want to talk
More
about
than
two
some.
particular reports right now. One is from May the 5th of 2023. Do you recall that report, or should I bring a copy of that to you?
If you'll pull that up.
I can definitely do that.
There's a few, but I know that they ended up going back. I just don't know what all they actually like brought in.
Thank you. I'll show it to her.
Especially since there's like USBs and all these different SD cards. Bro, that part. You would think that all of the freaking frats, all of them, all of the Greek houses would at least have front door cameras and something looking at the parking lot. In 2020 freaking 2, there is no reason for there not to be. I know they've got to be full of shit. I think they only gave us the cameras they wanted us to have. Even in the reports, because I'm telling you, some of these reports were written so long after the date that the things took place. There's no way they're not forgetting shit. Obviously, they don't go back to their body-worn camera and verify that what they're typing out is accurate. We've seen that over and over again. It's just so stupid. He's thinking, Judge. Oh man, I want to know what he thinks about all of this. He's who I really want to hear from. Come on, Mowery, get it together. Look, he's looking at him like, what's taking him so long to read? He's just looking like, da-da-da-da-da.
We have a jury next door.
Okay.
Oh, I guess they
So
can hear
yeah.
stuff.
That's all about it.
Oh, they can hear things.
Detective Mowery, does that appear to be your report from May 5th of 2023?
Yes.
And your order would move for admission of defendants P?
That's P.
P, like Paul?
All right. Any objection?
I have so many. I got to organize. Like I'm sitting here talking shit about Mowery. But a lot of my stuff is just like clips that I don't really remember where they came from. Like I have to go back in and watch what the screen at the bottom says to tell me like what channel it came from and like the date and stuff. That's why most of them are just like clipped and like unedited and just put away. And like, it just has the date that the screen recording was done. I know they're important because I grabbed them, but I haven't had the time to go back in and listen to them and relabel them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Exhibit P is
need more
admitted. No
time.
objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Mowery, I do not have a police report for the other one that I want to talk about today. It's one that I received via email today that was written just within the last few days by you, probably. Do you know what report I'm talking about?
Convenient.
Okay.
How typical.
Now, what I want to understand is we're talking about documents or records or logs that can be created by a CastViz program. The report that you wrote that I received today, when did you learn about those documents that exist according to that report?
It was such lot that I found from yesterday.
Why did you come to find them yesterday?
It's preparing for the jury.
Okay. And those are things that existed for quite some time, is that correct?
They did.
And
Is she going to say the date of this report?
did you learn about those documents that exist according to that report?
It was such lot that I found from yesterday.
Why did you come to find them yesterday?
It's preparing for the jury.
Okay. And those are things that exist.
She said the other one was May something 2023, right? I want to get the date because I'm going to go back and try to find it. Because this is like not uncommon either. Look, they're in May of 2024 and they are just now finding new shit to write a new report about. And it's not just new stuff to write a new report about. It's the incompetence in the first place. That's all of 1112 wasn't even in the same folder. What we were looking for ended up in some subfolder that she didn't even know existed until she contacted, meaning the chick I talked to at the FOIA in the FOIA department, talked to Tim Smaldridge, who you see his name all over the MPD reports. So let me go back and see like what the date was that she said.
Yeah.
Exhibit P is admitted. No objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Mowery, I do not have a police report for the other one that I want to talk.
I'll go back. No, not to this silence.
next door.
about today. It's one is from May the 5th of 2023.
Okay.
Do you find in those session logs, how many files were there?
Oh my God. Err. It's not
remember, I
working.
think there were 6 or 7 different items inside.
Did you look
Okay.
at the
So
cast viz 48?
right before the grand jury. Right before the grand jury. I wish there was a way to be able to petition to get the grand jury information out. Because all again that we've heard from the grand jury is that it made the Goncalveses ask more questions about Mad Greek and start going on a freaking imaginary goose chase that they ended up having to completely erase from their brains come sentencing because everything that they knew was wrong. Questioning Dylan. The grand jury needed more information. They even said that she seemed suspicious. I want to know so bad. There's got to be a way at some point. There's got to be a way. And I bet you if something does happen and something gets passed to where the feds have to release it because it was federal grand jury testimony, federal grand jury information, they'll say it's lost or got chemically destroyed or some shit.
8-hour file
Let me go back to this one.
for me to have now as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Last
We've been into the
screenshot and the call detail this program in relation to Bryan Kohberger's call detail records.
I'm trying to see.
You
Where
were
was it that she was
Jury
quiet for a
to
second?
use.
Did I go back too far?
Produce
reference. And file, is it
file that contains code
inside of that code?
appears to repay.
Has to be a session.
Know when that came into your possession.
It was some time ago,
XLSX.
for a longer period of time. The 48-hour session log, yes.
How about the full file? What was contained in there?
23.
Could you tell who created those? As were produced by Cast.
I feel like I'm missing that section that I was looking
Look
for.
at the Cast Viz
I remember, I think there were 6 or 7 different items inside.
police report for the other one that I,
Right here.
and you
I
are
knew
with
I
new
was too
permission
far.
of defendants
That's P.
P, like Paul.
All right. Any objection? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Exhibit P is admitted. No objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's
Detective
another
Mowery, I
thing.
do not have a police report.
I want to go in and go back to the hearings and to the transcripts and then press Control F and listen to them describe the exhibits, because a lot of the exhibits that they're telling us now that are being unsealed, they don't currently have any actual context with them. But there's also a lot of reports that are being unsealed that have exhibits that they're not giving us. So we're missing context there too. So for those, I might do that.
Or for the other one that I want to talk about today. It's one that I received via email today that was written just within the last few days by you, probably. Do you know what report I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I want to understand is
Now this is a year later. The one that the report that she was just talking about was May 5th, 2023. And this one, she just got an email about it on the 23rd of May in 2024. That's over a year later.
we're talking about documents or records or logs that can be created by a Cast Viz program. The report that you wrote that I received today, when did you learn about those documents that exist according to that report?
The session log that I found were from yesterday.
Why did you come to find them yesterday?
It's preparing for this hearing.
Okay. And those are things that existed for quite some time, is that
Found
correct?
them on
they did.
5/22/24.
And
Wild.
when you wrote about your work with Cast Viz in May of 2023, did you document those items?
No,
Yeah, it sure is.
Tell me what you found when you were preparing for the motion to compel today.
As far as
I
I
found
understand.
session logs that were sent to me from the FBI.
All right. And in those session logs, how many files were there?
I remember, I think there were 6 or 7 different items inside.
Did you look at the Cast Viz 48-hour file?
I don't remember if I did at the time of reception.
Did you look at it yesterday in preparation for this hearing?
I attempted to.
All right. And how about the CastBiz full log?
I attempted to yesterday.
I noticed in your report that there were several items that you listed. Were those from these CastBiz logs that you attempted to look at yesterday?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to, you need to speak up a little bit, or just telling me to pick up. a
Yeah,
little bit.
you tell him, Judge.
There were some files that were in the session logs, there were other files that were not.
It's actually crazy. I'm sitting here thinking like how much we complained about Judge because he seems so like aloof and nonchalant. But then when we compare him to Hippler, I really miss Judge. Like, damn.
Well, let's start with the 48-hour. What was contained in there?
There's over 48 hours that was the AT&T records, the original records, and there's a 48-hour session log. I don't know which one you're at.
Let's go with the session log. What was in there?
Appeared to be the AT&T records that possibly were inputted, as well as some JSON files that were probably produced by CastBiz.
JSON files were produced by CastBiz. Is that right?
I would assume that. I didn't create those files.
So if you look at the MPD supplemental narrative, the 29-page original one that has the entire like list of stuff. Let me see if I can show you. I'm going to switch this real quick. You can see the CastBiz DVD, sure enough, 5/22/24. Same date that he is saying that he found it. He submitted it into evidence on 5/22/24 right there. See, the dates for all this shit's important too because they have a bunch of SD cards coming in all over the place. See where else they mention the word cast besides the cast off. Is this Mowery's report? Is this the one? I'm trying to see if I can find the report she's talking about. No, this is Brett Payne. Podcastify, no. Okay, cast team. Okay, let's see. This is April 13th, 2023. So this is too early. Okay, here's 5/3/23. Okay, so this is, I think, the one that she's talking about from back in May. Because she said May 5th, 2023. This is May 3rd, 2023, but it's literally the AT&T data for Kohberger that she's talking about. What's this one? No. So supplement number 196 is from 5/3 of 23. Okay. So this is the call detail records pursuant to a warrant served by Corporal Brett Payne for the timeframes of November 12, 2022 at 0 hours through November 14, 2022 at 0 hours. These records are requested for the account associated with the phone number blank, known as the 8458 phone. This phone showed the subscriber as Bryan Kohberger. Really spelled his name wrong. Make myself smaller here so you can see. And then we'll go back to the other stuff in a second. But I want to try to find the reports. Like that's not. I always want you guys to be able to see what I'm reading. I wish like StreamYard would just automatically do it. Like if you know that I'm popping up a document, like you already know that I don't want my face up there that big. So can we fix it, please? Okay. Okay, so it says, I was specifically requested to examine the records showing connectivity to cell towers between the hours of 2 and 6. 1000 to 1400. Okay, for that. But this is 2 to 6. So 2 to 6 in the morning. As this was a time frame surrounding the homicides at 1122 King Road, although the records contained records for voice data and SMS usage in the 48-hour data set, I only located 27 data usage records for the specified time frame, meaning he only used his phone 27 times, or there was only 27 different activities on his phone from this time frame for these 4 hours. To assist in mapping the location of the cellular towers and the direction of their sector antennas, I imported the data into CastViz version 30. The 8458 phone connects with several different cell towers in Pullman, Washington between 2 and 225. The phone appears to be traveling within or near the city of Pullman. And then it says at 242, the phone connects to a tower near Northeast Skyview Drive on Washington State University campus. And at 247, the phone connected to a tower in Observation Drive on Washington State University campus. I thought they tried to say that because they tried to get this information so late, this kind of very specific info wasn't going to be there. Because remember, that's the whole argument, is that they didn't have, that's what the state's trying to say, that because it wasn't within a certain time frame for them to be able to get this certain very specific information from Kohberger's phone, they don't actually have the freaking true facts of where he was. But Ann Taylor's been like, and Cyree has been like, no, you have it, because there's no way that you've tried to do all this crazy shit and you don't have it, because you're using it in what you're telling us while telling us that you don't have it. And that just doesn't really work. That just doesn't really work. See, they had these different things from AT&T. So why are they hiding this from them? Why are they hiding this from them? In continuing to examine the data, I found an approximately 2-hour period with no interactions between the 8458 phone and the AT&T network between 247 and 448. The phone connects to a tower located near Paradise Ridge, south of Moscow, at 448. Yeah, but they can't put him in Moscow. The phone connects with towers south of Moscow, which is consistent with travel back to Pullman, Washington, or from going south, being south and the opposite direction. For my training and experience, I know cellular devices can send and receive data to cellular towers with the user's input, such as surfing the internet, or without the user's input, system data. The normal reasons for a cellular device to not show connections to a cellular tower are the device is not in range of the tower's signal, the device is physically blocked from receiving sending, such as a Faraday bag, the device is in airplane mode, or the device is powered off. And they've shown no proof of a Faraday bag. And even in all of the stuff that we ended up getting from Celebrite, there is no analytical report showing that he actually turned his phone off. And again, you have to remember, all of the mainstream media people that went out that way and drove out the way that he's claiming that he went that night, what do they all say? That they lose service as soon as they get past a certain point, and they can't record, they can't join the news broadcast without driving back into Pullman because they've got zero service. And what happens when your phone is struggling to look for a signal? It's jumping all over the place to try to find it. But if it's not within enough range, it's not going to stay connected. And it's not going to connect at all. Their behaviors prove that his phone would have done the exact same thing while they're sitting there calling him a liar, while they're experiencing exactly what he's claiming that he experienced that night. Isn't that crazy? I contacted AT&T Global Legal Demand Center and confirmed devices on the AT&T network connect at least every 60 minutes if no user connectivity is initiated. I verified the location of the several towers shown in CastViz and confirmed their locations with the data in the call detail records. And now we have Santa standing up again and saying, we can't actually connect him to 1122. This one was written on 5/23/23. This is Gmail accounts. I want to see if they have the other report from 2024 that she's, right her. Okay. 5/23/2024. This is the one that she's talking about right now. See, back then we didn't have these reports to compare. So yeah, going back in and re-listening to Brett Payne and going back in and re-listening to Cyree while we have some of these reports available, will be interesting, that's for sure. So this is the one right here. This is number 280. So the other one was number 196, and then number 280 is the one that he wrote on the day of the hearing. This is literally like the hour before the hearing. That's crazy. Okay. Previously, the Latell County Prosecutor's Office requested any cast viz session logs pertaining to the phone number blank. And I don't know why they're doing this right here, considering that we already have the full thing. And like, I don't know why they do that whenever it's already out there. I did not locate or remember creating any session logs pertaining to the screenshots I created previously using CastViz version 30 as described in my previous report, which would be the report number 196. While preparing for the motion to comply hearing set for May 23rd, 2024, the literal day that you're writing this report, I found the following files. They appear to be 2 zip files containing what appears to be CastViz session files, which is 48-hour records and then the full records. I also located the following files with the session data files: Lock D bore near crime scene and working CDRs. What is this? What does that mean? Lock D bore, the way that it's written. What does that mean? What is this? Now I need to find, I'm going to ask what this is. Like specifically to them. Because what is that? .csv. Okay. I located emails from FBI Special Agent Nick Balance providing me with the files above. Okay, so these came from the feds. Of course they did. Okay, and trying to open these session files in CastViz to verify them, I received an error message. You know what's so crazy? I was sent some additional files from somebody close to the case, and I can't open them biatches either. I have found that if I automatically put the link on Google Drive and then open it from Google Drive, I can open it. But if I'm trying to open it on like my computer with my computer stuff, I can't open the AVA files. And I don't know why. Because I can open it open AVA files for anything else. But for some reason, for the ones that I got from this person, and it's not directly from the person, it's a Zintu link like we have. I'm allowed the access to download it from the Zintu website itself. And I still can't open them hoes. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure that out because I don't want to trust anybody else with this person's files. So I'm trying to figure that out. But for me to have that problem, that's normal. I got a gaming computer that's old. It has 4 broken USBs on it and runs shitty, slow, and bad internet. You, Mr. Freaking Mowery, should have top of the line government level equipment, and you can't open this shit from the feds. So you're working on information you can't even read. How do we get to 2024 and them not have all this information already sent over to the defense? That's so crazy. Okay. It showed the version of CastViz used to create them was 28. And speaking with the FBI agent Sean Kennedy, who teaches CastViz trainings, he informed me I would not be able to open the previous version session file 28 in a newer version of the software. He wouldn't. In examining the drawings.json file, I found references to 1122 King Road and blank blank Pullman, Washington. What is this? What does this mean? Out of the abundance of caution, I placed these files in a folder named CastViz. Oh, so very specific of you. I then located the folder in which the data I used for the CastViz session where I saved screenshots for exhibits. No session files were located. The screenshots created had a date of 4/19/23, which would have been a little less than a month before the supplement number 196 was written. These files were then placed onto a DVD. Oh, you and your damn DVDs. You and your freaking DVDs. I contacted the Latell County prosecutor and informed them of the records that you couldn't open. So this, okay. So did Moscow even bother with this? Because how are you supposed to even look? This is telling me right here that they haven't been able to even look at this shit. And speaking with FBI agent Sean Kennedy, who teaches CastViz trainings, he informed me that even if we spent the additional money, and now I'm paraphrasing, even if we spent the original, our own money to upgrade our software from 28 to 30, I can't open them. Even if we do an update, I still can't open them. If I use number 28, it's not going to open either. Like this, that's crazy. So this is the report. This is the report that she's talking about. That basically just says, I found all this shit, but I can't open it, so I have no idea what it says. And now I'm going to go testify in court like I actually know something when all I do is have my head up my ass. That's all that I'm seeing here. No, I do find it interesting that just a few days after Brett Payne takes the stand, because he takes the stand like either this exact same day or the next day. The same day Cy Ray takes the stand, he's calling Jack DeCore to see if he ever sought that mental help that he needed from school. And this is where he denies that he actually even contacted them about it when we have the counselor's report claiming, oh, yes, he did. Oh, I'm glad I'm looking at this one. Remember this report where Brett Payne had somebody get a bunch of emails together for people that worked at the police department during the times of the crimes but didn't work there anymore? Casey Green, Elijah Flaherty, John Lawrence, Josh Kimberlin, Justin Dean, and Roger Lanier. I wonder what those emails say. See, now I just want to go back through all these damn reports. Okay, let's go back to this thingy-mablobber here.
What date were they created?
I believe one was in December. The other was in April.
December of what year?
22.
And April of what year?
23.
Could you tell who created those?
I could not.
How did you get those?
I was provided those via
No paper trail.
By who?
I made balance of it, yeah.
Yep.
What did you do with those?
I gave them as soon as I realized they were in my possession. I had contacted the prosecutor and gave them.
And that would be just yesterday, is that correct?
Yes.
What did you do with them prior to that time?
They were sent to me. I put them in
Couldn't
my
open
folder and I didn't do anything else with them. That's why I forgot them.
Okay, and that was the 48-hour file?
The 48-hour session log, yes.
How about the full file? What was contained in there?
Similar to items to the 48.
What is the full file?
I believe that was the second AT&T return that we got via warrant. I wasn't able to open it to verify it.
That brings up a question for clarification. When you say second warrant return, are you talking about something that relates to?
I'm going to put the link to the Google Drive that has all of the Moscow Police Department reports all in one file so that you can control F on stuff to find things.
Bryan Kohberger?
Yes, there was 2 warrants that were originally written. One that covered a 48-hour period for the cell phone number, and there was one that was later done for a longer period of time.
And those are what you're referring to as the warrants 1 and warrant 2?
Correct. One for 48 and one for the longer period.
In the report that I just received today, there was reference to a loped bar file. What's
yes,
that?
please. What is that?
It is a file that I received from Agent Balance.
When did you receive that?
Honestly, the modification date for that email, I honestly don't remember. The first day
Of
was
course not, you loser.
yesterday, and I didn't throw this stuff together. So,
Okay.
They take no
So that was
notes,
one
these
that you
people.
just found yesterday?
yes,
Okay. Did you open that?
I don't recall opening it. But
I want that information. I just know that with the way that things are going, we're going to have to wait until we get there because it's going to have to be part of the unsealing. And I think at this point, we're all the way done with 2025. As far as my brain is remembering, the third unsealing order goes all the way back to stuff in January of 2025. Because it's talking about the transcripts from the closed hearing back in January, where we found out a bunch of shit about the original lead suspect and that DNA being worked on and them getting the call on 12/19 from the feds about Bryan Kohberger and Brett Payne saying that he wasn't told then and there that the DNA or anything. He wasn't told DNA from the knife sheath is how we found this guy. Nothing. They literally called, gave them a name, and then scheduled a meeting for the next day. They had no clue from what, for what, how, none of that, according to Brett Payne. That was January. And I think the exculpatory stuff, that came like, was that right after or right before the grand jury? I don't think we waited until 2024 for that, but I can sure check real quick. When did we get that? Because we damn sure talked about it. Because that'll tell us that there's no point. There is no point in us trying to FOIA that information, because they're not going to give it to us until it's actually like, until it's ready to go. April 24th, 2023 is when we talked about it for the first time. Yeah. Interesting. So we still have, here's the link to that video. We still have to go through all of 2024 before we even get anywhere near them releasing the exculpatory documentation from Butanti, or however you say the frickin' PI's name. It'll be a minute.
I don't recall it.
How about the CDR-S.XLSX file? Would that, and CDR, what does that stand for?
All detail records?
Did you open that?
I don't remember if I did not.
If you are wasting resources by being sent to all of these trainings for all of these things, why are you not opening any of these? Like, forget the CASFIS shit that he can't open. Why is he not even bothering looking at the rest of them? What are they sending him off to all these trainings for? He sounds pretty useless.
You open it yesterday?
I don't remember. I was looking for it. Once I found them, I was trying to figure out how they came into my.
Oh, you gifted a membership, Kim. Thank you. I just now saw that. Thank you so much. Hey, buddy. College kids deemed secondary cams as snitching. I know. I know. Which is so stupid. It's going to take a lot to try to find it. I'm convinced at this point there's other cameras. I'm determined to freaking find out. Oh, thank you, Red Riding Hood. Thank you for being a member for so long. And you too, you've been here for a long time. You put up with my shit all the time. That's my buddy that I call and rant to. He's like my personal memo pad.
Present or in my possession. That's where I started to focus.
Okay. How about the export.kmz file? When did you find that file?
I found that one yesterday.
Do you know when that came into your possession?
It was some time ago.
Did you open that?
No, he
I
doesn't.
did on my laptop.
When you get files and you can't tell where they came from, that's a problem. Like, it's cool and all that they came from the FBI. They came to you from Nick Balance, but you don't have like who created the file, the last person that edited it. Like, I thought that was the whole point of like the living documents they all had access to. So the fact that you can't even see like who originated the file, who's the last person to work on it, all you know is that they got sent to you from some Fed. Yeah, that's a problem.
What did that show you?
It showed me different locations and so forth on a map.
Those three files that we just talked about, along with the CASFIS 48 and the CASFIS full, are those copied so that I can have those now?
Yes.
And you referred to emails. How many emails did you find when you were preparing for this hearing?
Either was 5?
Are those included for me to have now as well?
Yes.
Thank you. In the report that I received today, there was a reference to drawings.json file. What's that?
It was a JSON file that was inside the CASFIS session.
What does that depict?
It's just data that CASFIS would use, I'm guessing, to replot something.
So that's one thing I will say when it comes to, I believe her name is Karen on the interview room. I will always give credit where credit's due, even if I've done nothing but complain about people with how careless they are with certain information. And I will say she was the main person running it up about the Buddy the Dog report, making it sound as if it got released after the gag order because it was related to Kohberger. It was mainly her. It was mainly Miss Chris McDonough already. But she's also been going in and trying to get as much information about the financials in this as possible. And she's finding some really disgusting numbers. She's finding some really disgusting numbers when it comes to what the prosecutors made, when it comes to what the defense team made, when it came to what money was like pledged and given over to the university. It's been disgusting. It's been bad. I probably should do a little just like summarization video because it's really important. Look how freaking much they leaned on Kohberger being found guilty to fund all of the renovations for a firing squad room that never even got used for Kohberger. Okay. You see all the stuff going on right now with like the Somali daycares happening. There's like more and more in other states getting found. And that's something that people are just now catching on to. Stuff like this, when it comes to using things for money, constant. There is no reason for the university to have been pledged $1 million for something that did not happen on campus. It didn't happen to a full sorority group or a full fraternity group. It was not, it had nothing to do with the school. It had nothing to do with the school. They only spent $3,000 on counseling and ended up still getting like over $430 from the state. And again, this is a thing that I've mentioned before I'm really confused on because Chris McDonough popped up something about them buying the house. And in my opinion, if you know your wife has been digging for information, you know that information, you'd be real freaking stupid to sit there and put something false up on the screen that goes against your wife's work. But I don't know their marriage. I don't know how petty he might be. So I don't know why he put that shit on the screen. We've been told the damn house was donated. I've never believed that. Someone did send me the paperwork. Again, it's been forever now. It's buried deep into my emails of emails I still need to go in and check. But we haven't been told the truth about anything when it comes to this case. Not even the smallest little thing. Insane. Insane.
On the map to actually show locations or other things.
Did you do anything with that file when you found it yesterday?
I did open that file, yes.
Okay. What did that show you when you opened it?
There were references to 2 locations inside.
When you open it, what does it just say, here's 2 references, or what does it show you when you open it?
It's different code, but there is some plain language or plain English, plain text inside of that code that show 2 addresses.
Okay.
Did you use that file? Well, let me ask this first. That file that contains code, do you use that with the CastBiz program?
I attempted to load the session file in its entirety, received errors, so I was not able to. That's why I went into the JSON file to see if there was any kind of Steam reference.
Is that file usable?
I'm sure it is somewhat.
What is the restriction for you?
I don't know what restriction is. I don't know what to do with that file outside of if I could possibly bring it into the CastBiz. I tried to pull them in as a combined session log, which is what I was trained to do. I didn't get that. I didn't pull that file.
Is that file available on a Discovery drive for me?
I did to the prosecutor today.
Thank you. In the report that I just got today, there's a reference to another CastBiz session and some screenshots. What is that about?
That part. That part.
Are you talking about this, the regular 48 hours folder?
I don't know. I'm curious.
So that I provided 2 folders. One was
Look at the judge's face. He's just like, neither one of these people know what they're talking about. Watches back and forth. His faces are funny. I want to go back and watch more of Judge's reactions because, again, I miss him because Hitler is such a shithead.
you're talking about this, the regular 48 hours folder?
I don't know. I'm
He
curious.
doesn't know.
So that, I provided two folders. One was cast viz, and one was my last
Yeah, and that's another thing. She just got this shit today. How is she supposed to know? You don't even know, and you're the one who handed it over. How is she supposed to know?
name of Mowery. That was to differentiate the files that I found that were divided to me, and the folder of the files that I use, it creates this report.
Okay. Cast viz is the files that you found while preparing,
Correct.
and the one that says Mowery is what you used to create your May 3rd report of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. I think I understand that now. In that file, I think your report said you found screenshots dated April 19th of 2023.
Yeah, what are
Yes.
those?
All right. Does that mean that's the day that you put things into your CastViz program?
That was the day that I made the screenshots themselves.
Okay.
What good's a freaking screenshot?
Where are those screenshots now? Are those also included on the drive?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try to find that report.
And then
I think we looked
your
at it, but we
report
didn't
dated
read it.
5/3 says that you were asked to examine the record. So I'm a little confused if you had something that you took screenshots of on 4/19, but on 5/3 you were asked to examine the record. What were you doing on 4/19 or before to get those screenshots?
So I was tasked, the date was May 3rd for the report. It's not the date that I,
May 3rd,
Yes.
2023. That's the report I read you guys.
Okay. What day were you asked to do?
I do not remember. I'm gonna guess that it was somewhere around April 19th. Because that's when the screenshots were created.
Okay. Let's talk about that time frame then and what you did. Did you actually use a CastViz program at that time to create something?
Yes.
The CastViz program that you used at that time, and we're talking about springtime of 2023, we'll call it April for now, if that's fair. What training had you received by then to do this CastViz program?
The 2019 training.
Okay. With the CastViz program, what's the first thing that you did?
Once the program is
Okay, so she said they're saying 4/19/23. The problem that I'm having is that it's jumping from April 12th to April 13th, 2023. Two reports from Mowery, number 185 and 186, are both 4/13/23. And then it goes to Dellinger on April 14th, 2023. And then Brett Payne jumps to April 20th, 2023. And the next one for Mowery is for 5/2/23. Let me actually put the date in and see if it populates it for me. Probably not. Mowery is in here 1,500 freaking times. Here, I'm gonna let this play while I look for this.
open, you can drag and drop the CDR records into the program.
CDR means call detail records.
Right.
Did you do just 48-hour records or did you do full records in April of 2023?
I only put 48 hours.
When you put the records in, those are the call detail records and those relate to what?
To the phone that the records were coming back to.
The number you associated with Bryan Kohberger.
Right.
Okay. After you put those call detail records in, do you have to do anything with cell towers?
With the AT&T, no, because the cell tower locations are in the AT&T CDR.
Okay. So you put that record in, the tower locations are already part of the call detail record that you put in.
Yes.
Is that something that you have electronic on your computer and then you open your CastViz program and just import it into the program?
Yes, AT&T provides both PDF and text documents of the files, and I use the text document to put into CastViz to edit it.
And when you do that, what gets exported?
Nothing. At that point, nothing is exported or created that I know of.
Can you export the session that you're working on?
You can export a session log, yes.
Did you do that?
No.
How did you create screenshots?
Did he just say no, he didn't? Did he just describe what you're supposed to do? She asked him if he actually did that, and he say no.
Yes.
Is that something that you have electronic on your computer and then you open your CastViz program and just import it into the program?
Yes, AT&T provides both PDF and text documents of the files, and I use the text document to put into CastViz to edit it. Yes.
And when you do that, what gets exported?
Nothing. At that point, nothing is exported or created that I know of.
I know damn well the report we just read matches what she just said, because the damn report number 280 mentions this freaking screenshots on 4/19/23. But again, I can't find one from there. It's 4/13. And I'm searching his name. Like I'm looking for Mowery. So that all the ones that his name is on, even the ones that he did not write, are going to show up. Because y'all know I'm going to try to find the damn report. See, this is 4/13. Both of these are. And this is for a Snapchat warrant. I think this one's from Brett Payne. And then this one was for AT&T extended warrant for something he did on March 29th, 23. This talks about April 12th. And then it jumps to 5/2/23. And then again, 5/2/23 for Verizon. That's Brett Payne. 5/10/23. So this is 193. And report number 196 is actually the one for May 5th. So we're going to keep looking because we know they're out of order. So here's 5/3/23. More AT&T info. (5/23/23). And then we go 7/5/23. 7/25/23. 8/9/23. August 23. 8/16/23. 8/16/23. 8/22. 8/23. I mean, damn. 9/11/23. October 25th, 23. Facebook. 12/20/23. 3/11/24. She must have meant the 13th. Or the report must have meant the 13th and not the 19th. Again, I could be missing it, but I sure don't see it. Okay, let's go back to this.
Can you export the session that you're working on?
You can export session log, yes.
Did you do that?
No.
How did you create screenshots?
By using the built-in Windows snip tool, as well as the built-in Windows game console, or they call it the game bar, which is just accessed by hitting Windows G. That allows you to record your screen.
So just regular schmegular computer shit like I use? Okay.
Are those the only two things you did, is screen clip and screen record?
Yes.
How many times did you use call detail records in the CastViz program?
Probably a dozen times. I'm not entirely sure.
That was a terrible question. How many times did you use the CAST-FIZ program in relation to Bryan Kohberger's call detail records?
I don't know.
More than once?
I recall doing it for the grand jury because I wasn't the main lead in the call detail records investigation.
I don't understand what that means.
I know y'all can
I
hear me.
wasn't the main
typing,
person
sorry.
looking at those call detail records.
You weren't the main person with the call detail records, but you put them in the CAST-FIZ program anyway?
Of
For
course.
the grand jury, I was requested.
Okay.
Oh.
What
That's
did you
why-
rely on
That's why that
in
happened in
producing
May of
those?
23 for
Producing
the,
whatever you produced with grand jury.
for the JG.
Rely on what did I produce? As far as the AT&T records,
I want to know what you relied on to do that, to produce something for the grand jury.
Now she's asking the question you wanted.
I
What
don't
did you rely
understand the
on?
question.
Okay. You weren't the main guy with the call detail records or with the CAST-FIZ programming. Did I understand that much right?
There was another investigator that was doing it.
Okay. But you end up involved in it somehow in April of 2023, is that
And
right?
how come his
That's
name's
why
on
I was
all of
asked to
it?
examine the data to provide that for the grand jury.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I passed the exam. Is that what he just freaking said? I passed the exam in order to provide it to the grand jury. But didn't he just say that he took the course in 2023 in October of 2023? Like he took it in 2019, but he took it again October 2023. That don't add up. That math don't math. Let me re-listen to that.
With the call detail records or with the CAST-FIZ programming. Did I understand that much right?
There was another investigator that was doing it.
Okay.
too, bro.
But you end up involved in it somehow in April of 2023, is that right?
That's why I was asked to examine the data to provide that.
Okay. I misheard. Asked to examine the data. If they would just put a little bit of this wasted resource money into some microphones, maybe we wouldn't mishear shit.
For the grand jury.
Okay. Was that all of your instruction?
And who's the other investigator that was involved with it? Brett Payne? Because Mowery's name is on all of it. His name shows up, what was that, 167 times in those reports, meaning that at least 80 reports, at the most 80 reports, were written by him. Because in some of them, very, very few, like maybe about as many fingers on one hand, have reports where people are also mentioning Mowery because he was there at the time. That the majority of those are written by him. And considering that their name is at the top and their name is at the bottom, you have to calculate that to 2 per report. At the max, he has 80 different reports in here. You were the dude doing it, bro. You were the dude doing it. Don't try to pass it off.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're asked by somebody else who's actually doing this part of the investigation in the case to produce something for the grand jury to use. And I'm curious about what you relied on, to get to that point. I want to know all the records you relied on, all of the emails, all of the conversations you relied on to produce this thing that you're not the expert for.
So I wrote the update for the
Exactly. That's the question that that's the question that you've been waiting for her to ask. What did you rely on to create this thing that you're not an expert in? I don't know how Judge like listened to how pathetic this sounded and not rule just more ways. I'm just saying, this is so stupid.
Records you relied on, all of the emails, all of the conversations you relied on to produce this thing that you're not the expert for.
So I wrote the update for the AT&T records, received the AT&T records. Those records were also given to another investigator who
Pain.
was the main investigator doing the
Pain.
CDR records. Prosecution then asked me to provide or create some kind of visualization of the call detail records and to examine the call detail records for the 4 hours in question.
Just to be really sure, when you talked about writing the 2 warrants for AT&T, we're talking about 2 warrants that relate to Bryan Kohberger. There were a lot of other warrants. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to be really clear on that. You've taken the CAST training. Is that right?
Yes,
And you know there's a way to save your session. Is that correct?
yes,
And there's also a way just to hit reset and delete your session. Do you know that part too? And back in April, when you were creating something for the grand jury, you hit reset. Is that right?
or I just deleted the file out of it. I don't remember if I restarted.
How did I forget
You can
this?
see-
How did I forget this? He pulled the same shit with the grand jury information that the freaking FBI did with the DNA profile they created and used illegally on those websites. He just said that he did the same shit. He just didn't save any of his work. Uneffing believable.
And the division as well.
You don't
Yes.
remember which thing you did,
I do.
Unbelievable.
but you decided to delete what you'd created.
I don't know. I didn't delete anything. I didn't create the session logs. I don't know how I was doing it.
Oh my god.
You delete the reference
Bruh.
of
That's
the
right, bruh.
file in the software, but the file itself is not.
I'm gonna change my whole channel name to just bruh. Because what else can you say? God dang. Oh my god. Let's listen to that
Delete what
again.
you, and
I'm about to clip this part. I don't remember. I'm sure we hit on it whenever this happened, but damn, is that something that left my mind?
know there's a way to save your session. Is that correct?
Yes,
And there's also a way just to hit reset and delete your session. Do you know that part too? And back in April, when you were creating something for the grand jury, you hit reset. Is that right?
or I just deleted the
Or
file out of it. I don't remember if I reset or you can see in the division as well.
this man got an
You don't
award,
remember which
guys.
thing you did,
I do.
but you decided to delete what you'd created.
I don't know. I didn't delete anything. I didn't create the session logs. I don't know how I was doing it. You delete the reference of the
Oh,
file in the software, but the file
I already
itself
got
is not.
PTSD brain too, so probably. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I want to make sure I understand. The record, the AT&T record still exists. You didn't delete that.
Correct.
But the session, when you put that in to the CastViz program, and it does its thing with the call detail records, which includes tower references,
That part.
you either delete
This is a quadruple homicide. Why would you delete anything? Why would you not save something? Period, point blank in general. Ugh.
Leave it
I
out.
hate this so much.
session, or you chose to reset. Did I understand that right?
Didn't create a session log. I don't know how I would delete it. I just removed the reference to the file, the main file, from the software at some point. I don't know when.
Did he just say I don't know how to delete it? I know how to do all this extra crazy ass shit, but I don't know how to regularly press delete.
References. You either deleted that session or you chose to reset. Did I understand that right?
Didn't create a session log. I don't know how I would delete it. I just removed the.
I don't know how to delete it. My child, all of my kids at like age 2 could delete shit off of my laptop anytime they wanted to get on my nerves. What do you mean? You don't know how to delete it?
And it does its thing with the call detail records, which includes tower references. You either deleted that session or you chose to reset. Did I understand that right?
Didn't create a session log. I don't know how I would delete it. I just removed the reference to the file, the main file, from the software at some point. I don't know when I did that.
I don't know how to delete it, but I know how to do this extra techie ass shit. And then I don't know when I did it. I just know that I did it because I know how to do that, but I can't just delete something. Again, this man got an award after this shit, guys. He was recognized for excellence at some point. Just like Don Daniels got a promotion. God, okay.
You don't know when you did that?
Okay, you can close the software.
Like this is like older people, right? But there's people in like the middle of my kids' age and my age, so like in their 20s, that are putting TikToks and stuff out about how they have like masters and all these degrees and they work in these high-end jobs, and you can see them in their offices. They're sitting in their cubicle areas. You can see their degrees. They can't spell simple words. They can't pronounce words in order to enunciate them, in order to figure out how to spell words. Their common sense stuff is gone because the computers did everything for them. So this is like the generation above me, complete dumbass right here. Then there's me, and then there's the people that have gone to college and can't spell simple words, and then there's my kids' generation. We're just doomed in general.
Without hitting reset or go,
And then it would just stay there.
I believe it does.
And you can also export your session if you get interrupted and you want to come back and work on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do that?
No.
You left it up and running at some point and then did something that didn't save it. Is that right?
The session log was never created. Did not create a session log. The CDR records that I was dealing with is relatively small. There's no need to do that because I can ingest the files right back into CastViz in a short amount of time.
Judge just lost his shit. He's just like, okay, Ann, now what, Ann? I don't know what to do.
Your Honor, just for clarity, may I approach? I have
His
another
eyebrows.
exhibit to show him.
Watch Judge's eyebrow. When she says the word clarity, his eyebrows jump like, are we sure that's going to happen? Watch his face.
Your Honor, just for clarity, may I approach? I
eyebrows
have
just
another
jumped.
exhibit to show him.
It's horrible, bro. This is horrible. I forgot how bad these were. We're going to need to go
I'll
back.
get it to you, Your Honor.
We're going to
Thank
go
you.
back. At this point, we've got to go back and watch all of these. We got to go back and rewatch the DNA ones, the Brett Payne ones, the Cy Ray ones. We're going to go back and watch all these, especially Gabriela Vargas. Oh, we're definitely going to be going back. These are a hoot and a holler, aren't they? Insane. Unbelievable. How did we get here, bro? How did we get here? This is insane. More silence because he has no idea what he's looking at. Look at the judge still like looking. Oh, what are you looking at? How long is it going to take you now?
Are you familiar with the document that was handed to you that's marked Defendants W?
Yes,
And have you seen that before?
I have.
Is that something that you were taught from the CAST Users Guide?
I'm sure I was. It's also included in the software that
So that's what Exhibit W is the CastViz user guide. Okay.
we resident assessments.
Okay. And Your Honor, would you move for admission of Defendants W?
Thank you. No objection. Okay, that exhibit W is vetted.
Thank you.
No objection.
In your training, were you also taught from the CAST Field Users Guide?
I believe so.
I'm about ready to switch gears on you and talk a little bit more about videos for a second, but if I
Please
can have
do.
just 1 moment, Your Honor.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, let's switch gears for just a minute.
See, that guy behind her is Butanti, the PI. That's who she just went back there and talked to. Welcome, Leah. Welcome, welcome. Our members only live. The last one of 2025 is tomorrow, the 29th. I'll probably do it around maybe like 5:15-ish, maybe a little bit earlier. I want to try to find a good sweet spot for those, especially because I do have a lot of members that are in other countries. So it will probably be somewhere between like 3:45 and 6:15 Texas time. 3-hour window. I'll figure that out tomorrow, but for sure I would like to have it earlier.
You, during the course of your work, did you make contact with the Idaho Department of Transportation to talk about some of the cameras?
That's what I was just saying. Right now, we finally got to the very beginning of 2025 when it comes to the unsealing orders, and it took 3 orders. Technically, it should have taken 4 orders because he doubled the amount of documents in the 3rd order, And look how long it's taken for them to argue them. He should have separated it out and done it like one order per quarter. You know what I mean? Like every 3 months worth of documents, put the unsealing order out and do 4 for the year. Now we have to get all the way to, what was it? What was the date? April 2023 or April 2024? I think it's April 2023 is the date of the video that I put out talking about the exculpatory evidence, because that's when we found out about it. So we have to go through all of the unsealing orders for 2024 before we even get started on 2023. And it goes backwards, and it's April. So it'll be towards the end, like one of the last orders for 2023. That's why I said I don't really feel the need to FOIA that stuff, because if it's still technically sealed, even though the gag order is lifted, they're not going to release it. So we're going to have to just wait.
That cover main roads coming into and out of Moscow.
Yes.
And did you attempt to make preservation of any items? What items did you want preserved?
I was trying to see if they had saved video or still images from those spots,
What did you learn?
that they do not retain those.
Did you, when you say they do not retain those, do you mean they don't retain videos or pictures or both?
Both.
Did you do a preservation for anything?
Not recall sending actually a preservation letter out.
Okay. Your Honor, if I can have another exhibit provided.
Yes, thank you.
He really just doesn't know what he's doing. I'm seeing so many of you guys in the chat talking about how y'all shit's about to freeze up. And I know that where Ariel's at, apparently it's going to get into the 30s on Tuesday. So they're getting ready to like cover their pipes and stuff. Yeah, we're going to be getting into the 30s in the middle of the week too, but it's only going to be 36. We're not going to get freezing here where I'm at. It's going to get down to 36. And then on Thursday, the lowest will be 46, and it starts to steady climb back. It was 78 degrees here on Christmas. 78 degrees on Christmas. But I saw all y'all talking about stuff. So I was like, let me check my weather, because I didn't check my weather. We did have a freeze a week or so ago. I had to go out there and cover up the trees. It was real non-cute because I had to use just like anything I could find because I didn't have things to cover them. It was fun. Me and my son going out there and trying to figure out how to finagle the metal from the garage signs, the garage sale signs that me and my dad used a couple months ago to have a garage sale. We took the plastic off of them and used the metal rods and then like stuff around it to cover it.
What do you recognize that exhibit?
So these were emails that I was trying to find some kind of contact information for windy.com, the website that does weather-related information as well as
that part. Every aspect of this case. That's a live that we're going to do, is talking about how they literally took every aspect of this case, from the phone extractions to the cheek swabs of Bryan Kohberger, to the arrest itself, to the IgG, to the car shit, to the phone stuff. All the feds. Moscow did nothing. Yes, I don't care. And the simple fact that this was a federal grand jury. Yeah, no, this is a Fed case. They can lie all they want to. This is a federal investigation.
has some links to
There's a
images.
reason why things ended up happening the way they ended up happening. For the FBI to have done everything and for them to take him to a federal grand jury and then for it to end up statewide the way that it did and then a plea deal, there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason why the FBI profiler told the freaking lead prosecutor 2 weeks after this happened, there's no point in asking whoever we catch for this why they did it, because it's not going to make any sense. No, that's prelude to your cover up. The same way that Gypsy Rose is sitting there telling Nick Godejohn early on that her personality will M-word and R-word and beat up anything that her master wants her to, except for when it comes to Dee Dee and Gypsy. She's incapable. She cannot hurt them. She just can't. No, you're setting it up for your defense that you're going to use later. You nasty. Same concept. It's all for the feds to be able to do whatever they wanted to do. They took over every aspect of this case. Moscow, I will reiterate, Moscow police never spoke to Kohberger's family. There is no reports. There is no videos. There is no interviews. Mr. Lead Investigator Payne never once even spoke to Kohberger's family members. He never spoke to mom. He never spoke to dad. He never spoke to sister number 1 or sister number 2 or no cousins or no grandmas or no nothing. Nothing. The only time Moscow ever spoke to Kohberger was in Pennsylvania. So how is this a Moscow Police Department investigation? How is this even an Idaho State investigation? It's not. It's not.
From cameras that are covering the highway.
Liars.
And did you learn that you could have some still shots preserved?
I did.
Did you
I
have
agree
some
with that.
still shots preserved?
I did not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Your Honor would move for admission of defendant's PP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's what,
Figured
I'm
it
sorry,
out.
PP?
Double P, yes. Your Honor would move for admission of defendant's PP. Okay.
Thank you. That's what, I'm sorry, PP?
Double P, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Mhm.
Exhibit PP is exhibit.
And when they broke the rules for the IGG stuff, the judge came out and said, yeah, it happened, but it's constitutionally unimportant. What judge wearing a robe sits there and says that kind of shit? I'm still flabbergasted to this day.
Or admitted, no objection.
When we started talking, we talked about you kind of being the guy that would book or take videos in from different agencies, even if you didn't verify what was on the device you received. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you, I have a specific one that a couple of them I want to ask you about. One is from Red Star Coffee Shop. Do you recall receiving that video?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't remember that
And
name in the report at all. I don't remember that name in the reports. Red Star Coffee
are
Shop.
you aware? Okay.
I remember
Specific, and if
hearing.
you-
I remember that her. I remember her saying it. Now that I'm hearing it again. I remember her saying this during this hearing, but I don't recall seeing that name in any of the reports. The coffee shop that we saw is Kate's Cup of Joe, and that's all the way by the Albertsons.
didn't verify what was on the device you received. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you, I have a specific one that a couple of them I want to ask you about. One is from Red Star Coffee Shop. Do you recall receiving that video?
I did not.
Okay. And
What is that?
are you aware that it was hooked in or brought in by Idaho State Police?
Moscow. It is off of Pullman Road going into Moscow, it looks like. Let me pull this up right here. Oh, no, it's in Moscow. It is in Moscow, right off of Pullman Road, it's like right north of 8. Up there by the shopping center. Like where the mall and stuff is, by the Arby's and the Wendy's and the Crumble Cookie and all of that. That's where that's at. I don't want to switch the screens, but that's where it's at. I'll switch the screens. I can't just like not switch the screens. Let me show you real quick. See? So here's Pullman. And it's up here. Up here.
How would I find out about those videos?
I don't know. You'd have to go through the USB drives to find out what was given. I was just given the mass USB drives. I was not given them by the people that were bringing them in for time. Given to them after it had been handed off to other investigators and other assistants.
What is he saying? Oh my gosh. There's like such a weird, like robotic mumble in his microphone.
How would I find out about those videos?
I don't know. You'd have to go through the
I don't
USB
know.
drives to find out what was given. I was just given the mass USB drives. I was not given them by the people that were bringing them in for time.
Could you tell that that's where I had to clip it together? As soon as he said mass USB drives, I had to cut it and then restart because, again, my thing only does it for like 30 minutes and then I put it together. I swear I'm getting so good. You couldn't even tell. I know you couldn't
I
tell.
go through the USB drives to find out what was given. I was just given the mass USB drives. I was not given them by the people that were bringing them in for time. Given to them after it had been handed off to other investigators and other assistants that were helping.
Is there somebody else I should ask about specific ones to track where they went?
Yeah, no
I
shit.
don't know. I don't have that information.
Okay. All right, give me just a minute, Your Honor.
He has
Sure.
no, all he ever says is no and then, or like no answer. Yes, that's Butanti she's talking to.
Thank
back
you,
there.
Detective Mowery. I don't have any other questions for now, but hold on, the prosecutor might.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
I honestly didn't even listen to see if Bill Thompson asked him anything, which is why his face is cut off. I didn't even think to pay attention. I thought the whole thing was just them talking because I just like recorded it until like Mowery got up. I didn't even listen. So I guess we're just going to hear Bill say something without us seeing him. My bad.
Thanks, Mr. Thompson.
Ms. Jeans.
Okay, Ms. Jennings.
Oh, Jennings. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm glad we can't see it.
All right, I'm gonna go back and talk a little bit about this cast viz. Can you explain to me generally, what is cast viz?
It's just a software that is useful in creating visualizations of the call detail records.
Okay. So how is it useful? What does it show?
It shows the location and the direction of the cell towers and their sector entries.
Remember when she made reference to like a third tower in front of Hippler and he made a response? I'm anxious to see if she actually said something stupid here too.
Records.
Okay. So how is it useful? What does it show?
It shows the location and the direction of the cell towers and their sector entries.
Okay.
They need somebody,
Now,
that's for sure.
what version of cast viz do you have?
Some outdated shit because y'all
Currently,
waste
I think
money.
I have 33 on my
Oh.
laptop.
Oh.
It's prompted me to update to 38,
Update.
but at the time, I believe I had 30 installed.
So they keep on upgrading CastViz for him. Now it's going from version 28 to now he's saying they're about to upgrade to version number 38. And he's dumb. He's dumb as shit when it comes to the CastViz. That's why she keeps saying to him, so what exactly did you use on this thing that you're not an expert for to be able to come up with this shit? So they keep paying for these upgrades for a system that they technically did not have someone who really did know how to use it. He had no clue. That's wild. That's such a waste of money. When you don't have somebody that can actually use it correctly, it's a waste of resources.
So walk me through. You start up the software program,
Yes.
and then what do you do?
Drag the text file from the CDRs into the system. It ingests the files and then produces a display of that data.
Okay. And is that what you did on the 19th?
Yes.
And then what did you do with that visual that was displayed?
The visuals, I created screenshots, created the screen capture of the video. CastViz also allows a timeline playing view that you can record.
It sounds like so bad.
The visuals, I created screenshots, created the screen capture of the video. CastViz also allows a timeline playing view that you can record separate from Windows Code and software.
She talking about 11/19 or April 19th at this point, because 11/19/23 is when he took screenshots and downloaded screen captures and video from the 11/12 camera.
Yes.
And then what did you do with that visual that was displayed?
The visuals, I created screenshots, created the screen
Oh,
capture.
I want her to mention the date again.
So generally, what is CastViz?
It's just a software that is useful in creating visualizations of the call detail records.
Okay. So how is it useful? What does it show?
It shows the location and the direction of the cell towers and their sector entries.
Okay. Now, what version of CastViz do you have?
Currently, I think I have 33 on my laptop. It's prompted me to update to 38. But at the time, I believe I had 30 installed.
So walk me through. You start up the software program,
Yes,
and then what do you do?
drag the text file from the CDRs into the system. It ingests the files and then produces a display of that data.
Okay. And is that what you did on the 19th?
Yes.
See, she just says on the 19th. And I know they have to be talking about 4/19/23, but then he starts talking about how he downloaded screen captures, which is the video recording. And I know he did it here too. So it's like he follows the same process over and over again and then just throws shit onto a DVD, but then has no actual answers for what he actually did to do it. But then he's not telling Jennings no about anything so far. And everything that Ann Taylor was asking is like, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's not how he's answering Jennings.
And then what did you do with that visual that was displayed?
Those visuals, I created screenshots, created the screen.
Oh, no, he did. He did. That's what the report said. We pulled the report up about 30 minutes ago, I guess it's been now. He says in that report that he put it all on a damn DVD.
Capture of the video. Casper also allows a timeline frame view that you can record separate from Windows Note and software. I can save those.
Other than uploading the CDRs, did you change any of the settings on CastViz?
The only thing that I would have done was gone in and changed made sure that the time was correct because they were coming in at UTC. It was sub-coordinated time. I wanted to make sure that those were representative of the local time.
All right, so you just changed it to Pacific.
Correct.
Any other changes?
No.
Okay. So you were talking about how it does not automatically save.
It does not.
Okay. And you chose not to save.
No. And in the exhibit that was provided, the actual text says that if you need to save a session file.
Okay. And can you tell me why didn't you save these settings?
Because he's
I was
dumb.
creating the visualization.
Probably. Could you imagine?
That's what I was doing with that.
Yeah, and when Andrew Fox gets him, he puts them on like a portable storage device, like my son has for his Xbox. He's got like a 1 terabyte external storage, like Seagate storage stuff. So Andrew Fox did that with like the big ones that he put together from all the clips from 11/12. But this guy puts all his shit on a DVD. He did it with the 11/12 camera footage, and he's doing it with this stuff too, with the CastViz information that he's screen capturing on his phone. DV frickin' D's.
Any reason to save the settings?
No.
Could this be recreated or redone in the same fashion?
I miss floppy
Yes, I
disks.
can, again, open the software, drag the CDRs back in, and in a very short time it is generated.
And it would give you the same information?
Yes.
Is that why you didn't save it?
Yes.
She just gave him an out, bro.
Save the settings?
No.
Could this be recreated or redone in the same fashion?
Yes, I can, again, open the software, drag the CDRs back in, and in a very short time it is generated.
But you can't, because you can't even give exact detailed or direction, or let's just say detailed direction on what the frick you did in the first place. So no, sir, you cannot go back and recreate shit because you don't even remember what exactly it was you did. And unless you can literally recreate every micro step you took and the time frame in which you did so, you can't recreate that. So she tried to give him an out with that excuse, but no, sir, because you can't even tell us what you did.
And it would give you the same information?
Yes.
Is that why you didn't save it?
Yes.
It's a good question. I don't think I've seen a big spool of DVDs at Walmart's Electronics Center in a long time. I mean, it's not like I walk through the aisles every day, but I don't recall seeing one for a while.
I want to switch over to the other
Oh, they do?
session files that you found. Were those session files created by you?
No.
Okay. And
Yes.
did you ever use them?
Yes, he can't even properly delete. He has no idea how to delete something, but he can go back and recreate an intricate process that he doesn't remember exactly how he did it to begin with. These people get promotions. These people get participation trophies.
Those? And have you now turned those over, provided those?
Probably.
Yes.
Now let's switch gears over to what we were discussing as windy.com. What is that? What is Windy?
It's a website that is available for weather and such.
Okay. And why is that relevant in this case?
We were directed by, I think it was Captain Corporal Payne that told me that we should look into Windy.
Windy.com gets blocked by my Nord firewall. This website's security certificate has expired. Once the website owner renews the certificate, the connections will become safe. Try visiting the website later. And I typed it in windy.com, wendy.com. It's not surprising that they use a piece of shit website because the Zen2 crap that they use to send files, if they wanted to put a virus on my shit, they could. And with the way this stuff's been moving, I really feel like there was something in that 1112 camera. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, sometimes I feel like I psych myself out a little bit, just like thinking about the worst of stuff. But when I tell you that there's been a noticeable difference in the way that my computer runs since I downloaded that file, that's legit. That's super freaking legit. Even after I got it off my computer, I downloaded what I needed to YouTube. I put it up on the Google Drive and I wiped it off my computer. And it still is acting like something's really sluggish. And then I found out that Zen2 doesn't have any sort of scanners. No scanners. Why the hell would a police department use a website that has no scanners, no virus protection? That means if somebody sends them something, they can send them a virus too. Why the hell would you use something like that? So now when I get a file, like, I feel like I need to go to a pawn shop and buy like a piece of shit laptop that I do nothing on but like download FOIA stuff. So that if something happens, it was $100 and I can just replace it. I feel like that's what I need to do. Because I have a lot of stuff from Truckee that just came in too for Kylie Rodney's case that I need to download. But I don't even want to put it on this computer now, even though I put everything on a USB drive at the end of my session, like looking through it. I don't trust this thing anymore. As I'm staring at it like it's supposed to know what I'm talking about. Something's just weird with it. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And finding out the Zen2 doesn't scan bothers the shit out of me.
.com.
And why is that?
Just to see if they retained video from the cameras themselves.
Okay, so windy.com has cameras.
Oh, you're right. I spelt it like Wendy's, my fat ass. Hold on. Windy.com. Okay, X-nay everything I just said. Because it works. Let me go ahead and type in the address. 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho. No results. They took it completely out of here. What about 1112? No results. Okay, so it does airports, webcams, paralegal information. Okay, so what's the closest I can get there? Oh, God. Okay, let me show you this. Hold on. Let me see. I love me some Wendy's. I'm not even gonna lie, them biggie bags, they so perfect. But my 17-year-old hates Wendy's. I don't know why. I don't know why. He'll eat the shit out of some Jack in the Box, but don't ever ask him to get Wendy's. I don't even know like where Moscow is right here. I know this is the line, and Boise is some hours from there. It's got to be closer down here because I know that some of it goes into the next state. It's only going to show me where they actually have locations and stuff. So if there's not a spot that I can click on, that means that it doesn't have a reader. We type in Moscow, Idaho. Okay, here we go. Is it going to do something? There's Lewiston right there. Okay, so there's Moscow. There it goes. Okay, so it does have it. You just have to be real specific. Oh, that changed for like no reason. Weather radar, satellite radar. This thing is kind of like fancy. This thing is real fancy. Can you change the dates? Who the frick spells Julietta like that? Julietta. As a Julia, I'm offended. Can you change the dates? I'm sure you can, because he would have had to have gone back in to really check it. Here, let me give y'all this correctly. So y'all can go look at this if y'all want to. And then we'll go back and reshare this. Okay.
They have screenshots. They basically capture the ITD cameras and put them on.
Go back and listen
That
to him
relevant.
start that.
Wendy.com provided those.
Yes.
Now I want to switch gears over to what we were discussing.
plan on getting one
Wendy.com.
next week. I've already
what is
discussed
that? What
it.
is Wendy?
It's a
I already put everything. I have a whole bunch of USBs that are labeled for like different cases. I already put everything on USB drives, but there's definitely something weird going on.
website that is available for weather and such.
Okay. And why is that relevant in this case?
We were directed by Influence Cap Corporal Payne that told me that we should look into Wendy.com.
And why is that?
Just to see if they retained video from the cameras themselves.
Okay. So Wendy.com has cameras.
They have screenshots. They basically capture the ITD cameras and put them on their website. Those images are routinely purged from their site for the administration of that.
Okay.
Satellite
And
imagery is a
can you
heavy
explain
file.
to me, when are those, you talked about them being purged from their site? What's that schedule?
You're right. It was. What's wrong with Wendy's website? Now I'm like, hold on. Wendy.com. Okay, so Wendy, WNDY.com is what I tried to go to, and Wendy's is with an S. So no, it wasn't blocking me from Wendy's. I was like, hold on a second. Okay, that's fine.
From going on the website yesterday, it's a public website, so I was able to go back to it. I don't remember exactly. I believe that within 24 hours, it's hourly. Within a week, it's daily. Within 12 months, it's monthly. And then after that, I believe it's I'm seeing probably like 3 months or so.
Can you explain why you didn't preserve those images from Wendy.com?
When it was discussed with other investigators, we would have only gotten, I believe it was one image per day. Time frame wasn't where we were interested in, so we didn't capture that one.
So his excuse for not saving the weather data is that it wasn't the time frame they were interested in, or could it be because it was clear enough for his alibi that y'all keep trying to throw out there that he could have been out there actually like looking at stuff and hiking and it would have been just fine? Is that why you didn't preserve it? Because it showed you that there was like meteor showers and shit going on? Is that why you didn't actually preserve it? Because now I don't trust nothing that these idiots do. I really don't.
Can you explain why you didn't preserve those images from Wendy.com?
When it was discussed
What
with
other reason?
investigators, we would have only gotten, I believe it was one image per day. Time frame wasn't where we were interested in, so we didn't capture that one. So
there is no evidence.
I freak out putting stuff on a USB drive because just because it looks like it might be on there doesn't mean whenever I pull that damn thing out the computer, it's still going to be on there. That's how my brain works. That's why I also like to save stuff onto the Google Drive. Multiple copies.
And have you since gone back and found some screenshots?
That's not
yes.
bad.
It's what's available on the publicly available website.
Anyone can go to Wendy.com and grab screenshots there.
Wendy's is open
And you've
24
not
hours.
done that?
I have.
Anything of evidentiary value?
No.
Have those been turned over?
What? Wendy's always makes you want tacos? That is so random. That's hilarious.
Anyway,
Yes.
I just have 1 second. Sure.
The judge is just like, okay, yeah,
I don't have any
let's
questions.
do your thing.
Thank you. Need me to that?
Yes, just a bit. You were just speaking with the prosecutor about the images from Wendy.com. And
I'll
I
find that report
thought you
too.
didn't preserve anything or go back and look at anything during your investigation. Did I misunderstand that?
So yesterday when I was directed by the prosecutor.
Okay, so yesterday the prosecutor said, go look for these things.
Yes.
But before that, you and
So Ashley Jennings just sat there and like talked to him about a situation that just happened the day before. Why wouldn't you have looked up weather shit the first 72 hours of this case starting? Why wouldn't that have been something that you did prior to May 22nd, 2024? Wouldn't that have been something that you wanted to have concreted down in your evidence files for the grand jury in 2023? They literally did absolutely shit in this entire thing.
investigation. Did I misunderstand that?
So yesterday when I was directed by the prosecutor.
Okay, so yesterday the prosecutor said, go look for these things.
Yes.
But before that,
That's what my kids want all the time as a snack. Frosty and fries.
you and other investigators decided not to. Did I get that right?
With the information that we were
It's
given.
too
we were
much
told
for
that they
them.
would be a screenshot for the day, right, the parameters of. We did not grab those because they were not, didn't see that they would be relevant.
But you didn't look back then. You waited until yesterday. Is that right?
No, we looked back then. I couldn't tell you what time.
Liar, you liar, you liar, you liar, you liar.
Most of the photos that were taken for the daily screenshot or the daily screenshots were daytime. They looked at the days and the thing. So we didn't grab those at the time.
Okay, but you did look at the time and made a decision at the time. Do I understand that now?
Yes.
Okay.
They made a decision back then too that it wasn't going to work for them, so they didn't take those either. They did nothing. They looked at nothing. They preserved nothing. They did nothing. No wonder this shit never made it to trial. Every aspect.
Back to the cast viz for a couple of questions for you. When you were doing the work back in April of 2023, did you see maps on the screen with the work that you were doing?
Yes.
And you also made a video of that. I want to show you a map and see if it's what I think it is.
Full of poop.
You have defendants R in front of you. What is that?
Appears to be a screen capture of the cast is something.
Is that a screen capture from a map that you made?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor would move for admission of defendants R.
Action.
No.
Exhibit R is submitted. No objection.
So is this going to be a map that he created with the information that he said he didn't save or screenshot or preserve? I don't remember how this went.
And are you aware that when you can see mapping on your screen on this program that there's a log created? Okay.
Hey.
You would agree that if I were to take a call detail records that have the tower report in them, I would have to have the same cast version you were using to recreate what you did.
Do you know how to make your own sushi? It's actually really easy once you like get the gist of it. Now that I learned, I make it all the time. It's a little ridiculous.
Would you agree with that?
I have to have, if I took the regular cell call detail records and put them into a different version of cast, are you saying that it would become different?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me try to be more clear about the one I was asking, and then I like yours. We might talk about your question as well.
She talks to him like he's in kindergarten. I like yours. We might talk about yours as well.
Report in them. I would have to have the same cast version you were using to recreate what you did.
Do that.
Would you agree with that?
I have to have, if I took
Get smoked salmon. Go back there where the imitation crab is and get smoked salmon and use that for your sushi. Use that.
if I took the regular cell call detail records,
It
put
is.
them into a different version of CAST, are you saying that it would become different?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me try to be more clear about the one I was asking, and then I like yours. We might talk about your question as well.
Yours.
My question is, the prosecutor suggested that your work could be recreated. And so it didn't matter that you hadn't saved your session. What I want to know is if I have the 48-hour call detail records that contain the tower list like you have, do I have to have the CAST Viz program that you used so I can see what you did?
I don't know, because I don't know what the back end of the CAST software does. I'm just an user.
It's an obvious question based on the fact that the report says that the information came from version number 28. And at the time that the report was written up, they had version 30. And he was told that version 30 wouldn't open version 28. Well, if version 30 is not going to open version 28, then you freaking 38 version that they're about to upgrade to, sure, the frick isn't going to open version 28. So yeah, common sense would say you'd have to have version 28 in order to open something that was created in version 28. So the fact that Mowery is going to sit here and be like, yeah, I don't know because of the back end, blah, 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 blah. This is like some common sense shit, bro. Common sense shit.
Used so I can see what you did.
I don't know, because I don't know what the back end of the CAST software does. I'm just an user, so I don't know.
And you were in this CAST Viz program, at least for a while, creating exhibits that would be relied on. Is that right?
Yes.
On more than one occasion. Is that right?
Yes.
But you didn't save your work.
He's still
Not create a session log. That's even need.
Would you agree? I can't see what you did without your session log. Can't examine what you did without your session log.
that you didn't create.
Is there to create the visualizations for the exhibits? That's what I use CAST as.
But I can't see what you did. Is that right? Is that right?
No,
Nope.
No, it's not right, or no, I can't see what you did.
you cannot, but I could take those cell data or call data records, put them into CAST again. The results would be what they are because we're still using the same records from AT&T to create.
But if you put the information in differently than you did the first time, it's not going to create the exact same thing. And unless you save what you did in the first place, how can we go back and compare? You guys realize like nothing in this case besides, I think it was the DNA, at least that we've seen so far, the DNA that was in Maddie's left hand fingernail clippings with the likelihood ratios. That's like the only thing that we've seen so far that they've been able to take and have double tested and tested against in order to match results to prove again that Bryan Kohberger's DNA wasn't there for that portion of stuff. That's the only thing that they've been able to go back and do some sort of testing against. Everything else has been not saved, been deleted, never created. Nothing else they've been able to go and double check. They have not been able to do any comparisons. I just find it wild still.
Have you done that?
I don't even know.
These records?
Yes.
No.
Thanks, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Anything on that, Ms. Jennings?
No, he made us look like fools enough. Thank you. Look, he's just waiting for Jennings to answer.
We go, why did you pull the CDRs into CAST?
Why did I do that in April? Because I was asked by you to do it for the treasurer.
Okay, is that the only reason?
Because I was asked by you. Why are you asking me that question, crazy woman? You got dementia? What's going on? You don't remember? Unbelievable. This was the day before.
We go, why did you pull the CDRs into CAST?
Why did I do that in April? Because I was asked by you to do it for the treasurer.
Okay, is that the only reason you did it?
Yes.
Is that the only time you did it?
Yes.
Okay.
That I remember. I mean,
proving that he never did his job in the first place because he had to be told the day before to do it by Ashley Jennings because he hadn't done it yet. This is your expert that got an award for being an expert. I hate it.
Follow up on that question.
Nope, thank you.
Okay, great. Can this witness be excused?
Yes,
Yeah, he sure the hell can. From his entire title, he can sure be excused. The frick. Oh my god. We are going to be going back, guys. We have to. Holy shit. Now that we've had so much more information and all these reports and stuff are coming out, we are going back. We have to. We have to go back. Oh my god. You told me to. Wow. Yeah, we're definitely going to be going back because this is some crazy shit. Wow. Okay, you guys. I don't know what's going to come out tomorrow or what we're going to be doing. I just know that I've got a list of about 1,000 things that I'm going to be working on, and they'll just come out as they come out. Now, tomorrow also is the first day that these hookers should be back in office about the crap with the camera and the silence. And if you guys missed it, I sent a very detailed email to Amber with all of the SOSE copies that I found in the reports from MPD themselves for the 1112 camera being downloaded, files being saved, made on a DVD, put on portable storage, sent to another person, and then worked on. I gave them several proofs that that's not the only copy that they have, regardless of what the freaking email said from somebody who doesn't know shit about shit, apparently. So we'll see what they do tomorrow. Now, I know tomorrow I'm going to be, here I am, I'm going to be a little bit lenient because it is the first day back and there's a lot of stuff to do the first day back after a week of, doing absolutely nothing. So I'm going to give them until Tuesday. But Tuesday morning, I am going to send an email and tell them that I'm expecting a follow-up. Maybe I won't have to wait, and maybe because I am being so vocal about stuff, somebody will call me tomorrow. We shall see. I only have to do one thing tomorrow that's going to take me out of the house for about 30 to 45 minutes. So you best believe if they call, I'm going to try to get the damn camera recording as fast as possible. So you might not hear all the pleasantries and the hello, how you doing, but you're going to start hearing the very beginning of the conversation within the first few seconds because I'd be damned. I'm not letting them get away with literally shit. They're going to be so for real, and they're going to go in and find the crap because you've got proof in your own documents that you have more than one copy of that. Quit lying. Plus, we have 5 minutes of audio in a file of not supposed to have any audio. Like, obviously, somebody freaking muted it. So let's see what they do. But this is the week where they have to have answers. They don't really have a choice but to have answers. And they only haven't, you know what? We're not going to get shit from them. I'm taking back everything I just said. Tomorrow's the 29th, and then we have the 30th, and then the 31st is Wednesday. They're not even going to be in office Wednesday, Thursday, or probably Friday of this week either. Of course, it's the what the F days. They're not going to probably be in office. So F it. I'm going to shoot an email over there tomorrow morning. Since that's really like they're only going to be in the office for like 2 freaking days this week, I'm just going to go ahead and send one in the morning. I doubt I'll get a reply. We probably won't hear shit from them until like the 5th because of the way the holidays doubled up like this. Looks like that's how that's going to be. That's how that's going to be. Unfortunately. Maybe we'll get something Monday or Tuesday, but I really feel like it'll be another week. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you so much for coming in here and watching this with me. We're definitely going to have to go back to some more. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you for those who joined in, who gifted memberships, who gave a super sticker or a super chat or a super thanks or however they're called. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here watching this with me. I hope you guys have a great night. Don't overdo it too much tomorrow because, again, just like we have the insanity of us having to wait because of the holiday, most of you guys also have a couple more days of holiday time coming up to where you don't have to work for a couple of days. And then we also go into the weekend right after that. This is the part that always sucks. when you have the New Year's Eve on a Wednesday and then the Thursday you have off because it's New Year's, but then you have to go back to the office on Friday just to be off on the weekend. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. All right, go get some sleeps. Try to relax. It's going to be an easy week, even though it's going to be a little bit hectic. I cannot believe it's already 2026. It's like scary, guys. Okay, you guys have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.